How are you going to pay for the TCGA given that's going to cost near $4 trillion a year, or $4 trillion over 10 years?
I'm not paying for it.
No, I'm saying how as the government are we going to pay for it?
We don't need to pay for it.
Okay, so we cut spending?
Yes, we need to cut
okay, so
spending.
what spending would you cut?
First, I would get rid of the Department of Education.
So that's $200 billion a year. You've
Send
now
it back
paid
to the
for
state.
you've paid for about half. So and
Okay.
that's if you take all local funds as well. So that's not all federal money. So you only got about like 1/4 of the way there. You cut gutted the entire Department of Education.
Yes.
What else do you
No.
want to gut to pay for it?
There's tons of things. I would make all roads toll roads. I would get rid of all taxes and switch everything to a 10% sales tax. Only
You get rid of all taxes.
I would get rid of all like inheritance.
So do you want
tax,
to get rid of Social Security and Medicare?
Yes, I would get rid of Social Security and Medicare because Social
Okay.
Security is not even going to be around for half of Americans by the time that we get to the age to use it.
I can explain why that's not true.
Okay, go
So
on.
the way that we can pay for that is by having more people in the country who are younger being able to offset the cost of the people who are older, right? And that's through immigration. So actually, through immigration, we can pay for things like that, even if we have lower levels of fertility rates. And also, Susan, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Susan. Lisa, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Lisa. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ryan, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. John, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much.
Parker,
God.
you make $200,000 a year plus by ranting on the internet, and you're going to pay a quarter of that in taxes.
I will vote to increase my taxes if it means benefiting
Why
people in
would
this
you
country.
vote to increase your taxes? The government does not owe you anything.
I'm not saying the government does. I'm saying that I care more about the fact that families are going to have childcare. Like we're going to increase the child tax credit. I care more about
No,
expanding
a
the
tax
under-earned
credit
income
is
tax
not
credit.
paying for childcare.
Yes,
It's
it
the
is.
government taking less of your money.
Push the box at thank you so much, which helps people pay with childcare.
No, it doesn't.
It actually does. Push the confetti. Like if you actually look at it, the child tax credit that was implemented in 2021 reduced child poverty by 50%. Okay.
Did you know that the Pentagon could not account for like $600 billion? They're like, we don't know where it went.
Yeah, so that's actually something I heavily agree with the critique of. The Department of Defense, I think we spend way too much money on military in this country. I think we can cut our military budget in half and still have the biggest military in the world and still bring that money back here at home to pay for things like healthcare, getting rid of homelessness, providing universal free access to public universities, paternity leave, maternity leave, like things they've already done in countries for decades.
Do you think the issue with education is that there's not free college? You don't think it could be
Yeah.
that the government's subsidizing bad loans?
Wait, I don't think that we should subsidize quote unquote bad loans. I think we should provide a competition, an alternative of free public universities because it would lower the cost of private universities and it would provide an alternative and a
You're
baseline
loaning
for
money
college
to
education.
people to get an education in a field where there's no return on investment, so they'll never be able to pay that loan off.
Wait, so again, I'm not advocating for a loan. I'm advocating for free public universities the same way we do free high school,
And how well does that work?
and it would work good. It
do you know
already
that-
exists in countries
do you
around
know
the
that-
world, and it
Okay.
increases specialization, especially in the modern economy, with things like AI and things like the manufacturing jobs increasing that we require on higher levels of specialization.
Did you go to private school or public school?
Public school,
And how much did it cost?
free.
It was not free. How much did it cost?
It was free.
No, you need to look up how much your county spends per student on your education. It was not free. I promise you that.
Yeah. So when I say free, I mean free at the point of service.
Right, but it's not free at the point of service.
Okay.
Taxes are paying for it. So in
Wait, so
multiple
do you want to get rid of kids preschool and I mean not preschool, kindergarten because it is the case that it costs money?
No, I
Appreciate
think
$5,
that
thank you.
education
But you
should
said
cost money.
you said gut the Department of Education. If you gut the Department of Education, there's no funding for
Private
kindergartners.
education is the way.
Okay, so if someone can't afford their kindergartner to be able to go to school, you're
They
okay
weren't
with
paying
that?
taxes. They could.
Okay, so you think everyone will be able to afford school for their kindergartner?
Yes.
Everyone.
Everyone.
So I have a question. Prior to the adoption of public schools, do you think everyone got private education?
Prior to the adoption of public schools, everyone got private education.
No, that didn't happen, Joel. Many people didn't get education because their family could not afford it. Okay?
Oh,
The reason
okay.
why we did public schools, Shannon, I appreciate the subscription, is
And?
because it increases access to that type of specialization, which is good for democracy, which is good for
We don't live
for
in a
wages in the
democracy,
country.
Parker.
We live in a representative democracy.
We live in a constitutional republic. Look it up.
Those aren't contradictory. What's the contradiction between a constitutional republic and a representative democracy?
A representative democracy is not a democracy. It's a republic.
So just say that again.
A representative democracy is not a democracy. It's a republic.
One more time.
A representative democracy is not a democracy. It's a republic.
Representative democracy. You got it.
So you think just because democracy is in the word that means that that's what it is?
So it's not a direct democracy, but it's a different form of democracy. You understand democracy?
Look up what a constitutional republic is. It's a representative
Wait,
democracy.
Joel. It's literally a representative democracy and a constitutional republic.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
What are we
they're
arguing
consistent.
about on that
I was asking what the contradiction is because I said it's a representative democracy. We live in a democracy.
Which is
You're
different
like,
than
we
just
don't live in a
democracy.
democracy.
It's different than a democracy. It's a republic.
It's the same thing. You understand that it's consistent. We live in both a representative democracy and a constitutional republic.
We are arguing semantics here. There's a point that you glossed over that I want to point out to. So in Baltimore, Maryland, they spent an average of $26,000 per student, and yet only 10% of students were able to read at their grade level. Tell me that that is a good use of government money, and that the public school that they have no skin in the game and no vested interest in is working in Baltimore, Maryland.
So that just tells me that there needs to be a different approach to public education, not completely getting rid of public education. I don't know why you take that as a let's just gut the Department of Education. That tells me we just need to like do a different curriculum, right? Or like maybe there's something going on socioeconomically.
Or maybe there's some reason that they're able to spend that kind of money and still receive no issues.
So that probably tells me that it's heavily related to probably like the need maybe for teachers, for infrastructure, the need for like education prior. Like it's a cultural thing in plenty of scenarios, right? Like the fact that we underfund particular areas in the past, which then leads to disparate outcomes in the future.
Incorrect. $26,000 a student is one of the highest per student payouts in any school district in the country.
Okay. So, but if you increase it after it's been low in the past, you still have to you have to compensate for past wrongdoing.
No, you don't.
Does that make sense?
It's been that way for the last 8 years.
What's that?
It's been that way for the last 8 years.
Okay, that doesn't mean that there aren't disparate outcomes from history. Like saying it's been that way for
So
8
you
years.
think that the reason that black kids can't read in Baltimore is because of racism?
So I think that it is the case that racism can impact whether or not socioeconomic status is a degree in which people can have a greater access to resources for helping them read. So it's not the fact that someone is in a particular circumstance and it's their fault. It's the fact that society has created conditions in which have reduced the likelihood that socioeconomically they have access to those particular resources.
That's wrong. People come here from nothing, from Africa, and make something of themselves with our educational system, in our paid educational system through college, and they get their degrees. Watch Nigerian Americans, their net worth upon landing in this country to once they've been here for 5 years shows that it is all about the individual and the individual's effort, and not about what they've gone through as in their.
No. I don't think it's as simple as just saying it's just the individual. I think you could say that there can be individuals that make bad decisions, right? That's obviously possible. But I don't think that it's just described as bad decisions. I think there are systemic problems that lead people to making these types of decisions. Otherwise, it seems like you're going to be making some crazy assumptions of why certain groups of people are making these types of decisions versus other ones. I think that's a really, really crazy view to like walk down.
How is it?
David, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Yvette, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yvette, thank you so much. And Tina, thank you for the $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Tina. Can we get some W's for Tina in the chat? And Vanessa, thank you for the $25 as well. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Hey, Parker.
What's up?
I want to know what your thoughts are on all the people putting raccoon emojis in your chat and how you feel about that.
I think that's racism, right?
And you're okay with that?
No, I don't think that's okay.
Well, they support you, so are you a racist?
Wait. That doesn't mean they support me just because
They
they're in
definitely
chat.
support you. They're in your chat. Putting
Joel, there are plenty of people in my
They're
chat.
not my followers doing that. My followers wouldn't. do that.
Joel, just because they're in my chat doesn't mean I agree with them. Okay? You understand there are people in my chat that I think do bad things. There are people that I add up on my live that I have to kick off my live because they say slurs. I disagree with all of that. Okay? I can't be in a space online and agree with every single person when there's 13,000 people in the live.
So how come you haven't addressed it?
How come I haven't addressed what? I didn't see it. I actually did not see it in the comment section. I'm not joking.
Do you not have
Just told me.
moderators?
I do have moderators. We have 30 moderators, and they should be banning anyone who's doing that.
Well, I've seen it. Okay, there it is right there.
Okay, well, I'm telling people to kick. I tell them, but like you understand that 30 people, it's really hard to mute every single person in the chat. So I think that they should, and I think that like again, it's just really hard for 30 people to be able to do that. So it's a TikTok systemic issue.
Do you know why
of
that's
it not
offensive?
allowing me to mute people? What's up,
Do you know why the raccoon emoji is offensive?
Eric? Thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a racial slur.
Towards what group of people?
People who are black.
But why is it a racial slur? Why is it offensive?
Why are you asking me this question? This is a complete pivot away from the entire
No,
conversation.
I just want to know that you understand the seriousness of what's going on here.
I already said that I heavily disagree with it, and I think that it should be banned, and I told my mods to ban it. I didn't know it was happening.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay. Kayla, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Are you pro-police? Eric, thank you for the $10. Thank you.
Are you pro-police?
I'm just asking you real quick. I'll answer in a second.
Do I believe in a rule of law? Is that what you're asking?
Are you pro-police, pro-rule of law?
Most of the time, yeah.
So then why are you voting for someone that said they would pardon people that said themselves that they violently assaulted police officers?
Wait, say that again?
Donald Trump said he would pardon people that pled guilty to violently assaulting police officers. So why would you vote for him given that's the
Are you
case?
referring to J6ers?
Yes. That violently assaulted police officers. He said he would pardon them.
So are you unaware of what my stance is on that?
Oh, no, I'm not aware of what your stance is.
Yeah, I was the first conservative to, because I was at the Capitol and I came out and said, I don't know what went on here today, but some people need some serious retrospective thought about what they did today, because this was not the move. This is going to be the worst look for conservatives in the history of conservatism. I made a video about it and I got canceled.
I really respect that, actually.
And actually, I believe it was Vice ended up doing a whole My Life Online documentary on it. If you type in legendary black redneck into Google, it'll pull it all up.
Okay, so then you wouldn't want to vote for someone who did this, because that's like very clear. That's like anti-police.
So that's kind of a catch-22, because they rebelled against the government when Trump was still the president. They rebelled against Trump's presidency.
No, you know they're clearly not rebelling against Trump's
He was the
presidency.
president for 14 more days.
Also, they're rebelling against the police officers in that scenario because they violently assaulted the police officers.
Yeah, but in general, they weren't the ones lighting. You know, are we going to pretend like every Democrat was a Black Lives Matter supporter burning the cities down? You can't lump everybody.
Cities didn't get burned down, but I do believe that it is the case that I
What?
disagree with political violence.
What?
I think, Joel, I'm not saying that there was no burning of buildings down. What I'm saying is that entire cities did not get burned down. That's all I'm saying. But I do
Entire
disagree
cities
with.
burned. Yes, they did not burn to the ground. No.
Okay, so Joel, I disagree with political violence. I'm very explicitly against political violence. I'm not going to be in support of that. So I'll condemn it on both sides. Bobby, thank you for the blooming. Thank you so much. But I also think that there's a big
are you
difference
against
between
the
like being
police?
mad that your candidate lost versus like police brutality in the country. You
Wait,
know
so
what I
do
mean?
you
Like
think
fighting
that police
against that.
brutality is a major issue affecting Americans?
I think it's a bigger issue in the United States than it is around the world. So it's something that we need to address in the United States in
lie.
terms of police reform.
It's a lie. It is way bigger
Brandon,
issue.
thank you for the trash panda. Thank you. Actually,
America has
proportionally,
police-
police brutality is more likely to happen in the United States than in Europe. Here's that mustache. Can
Okay,
you tell me
you
why
said-
that's true?
No, you said the rest of the world. First of all, America's police are the least corrupt of any country in the world behind Switzerland.
Okay, so in Europe, where there is lower levels of police brutality per capita, do you think it is the case that that they have a less corrupt system or a more corrupt system than we do?
Wait, what part of Europe? Certainly not Russia. Certainly not Turkey.
Yeah, I
Certainly
know.
not Kazakhstan.
Yeah, just reference Northern Europe.
Okay, so then you should have said Northern Europe.
Okay, I'll say Northern Europe. That's fine.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about countries that are predominantly white?
So you wonder? Wait, so are you saying then it would work in terms of like Iowa? I don't know why it would be relevant that they're white.
Iowa has less. I would say Iowa has less police brutality than probably New York does, or California.
So no, the point I'm referencing is that it is the case that we could be able to compare, right, those particular areas. So even if there's a higher rate of police brutality, appreciate the trash man, thank you so much, in Iowa comparative to there, that would then be indicative of the problem.
No, that's not correct. So if you go to Brazil, and you experience the police there, you'll realize very quickly that the police in America are not nearly as bad as the police are in Brazil. If you go to Africa, the police in Africa as a continent in
Yeah,
every
I take back my statement
are
saying
far
I'm
more
not
corrupt
I'm not
than
trying to say everywhere around the world. So I take back the statement of saying the world. But like I was just pointing that there
Pull out
were countries in the
$100
world.
next time you get pulled over and see if you can bribe a police officer in America. Good luck.
Wait, I'm not advocating you can do that.
I'm saying that our corruption here is nothing like it is around the world.
Okay, sure, you can say that, but like the point I'm saying is that again, it is clear that there's lower levels of police brutality in plenty of countries around the world comparative to the United States. Why?
What country is comparative to the United States?
In terms of police brutality?
In terms of size, in terms of diversity,
That's why I look at
in
per
terms of number
capita.
of police. There's no
Joel,
country
wait, Joel,
comparative.
why does diversity matter there?
Because when you're comparing apples to apples, you need to compare countries in similar size. One of the things people bring up all the time in America
No,
is
because you
why
can
do we have
do
universal
per
health
capita.
No country our size has universal health care.
Joel, you can do per capita. And by the way, so are you saying that universal healthcare would work on a statewide level?
It might work in.
So it would work in Iowa, it would work in New Hampshire, it would work in Texas, it would work in California, because they have similar populations to countries in Europe that have adopted this?
It would be difficult because a lot of the countries in Europe that it works in, it only works because we subsidize their national defense.
Lauren, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's not true because they spend half as much per person than we do here in the United States and have better health outcomes.
Wait. No, they don't. They don't have
Yes,
better
they
health care. They don't have better health care. Okay.
They have
do
better
you-
health outcomes.
No. Do you know that in Canada they can tell you whether or not you deserve a heart transplant?
Because you understand there are heart transplant lists in the United States as well.
Right, because
And also they can tell you whether or not you can get it based upon how much you can pay for it. So you're totally okay with restricting people who can't pay for it, but for some reason you're going to say it's an issue
Well,
when...
there's an associated cost.
Oh, okay, wait, so you understand that more people will be able to get access to the resources in these universal healthcare scenarios?
I want to go back. I want to go back to police brutality. Do you think that if you interviewed
That's a
1,000?
complete pivot, by the way.
No, this was a previous point. Do you think
You
that-
brought up universal healthcare and pivoted to
We're talking
that, so
about
I'm trying to talk about it, and then now you
We're
pivot
talking about
back.
We're talking about police brutality. So,
Dude, you pivot as much as Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk obliterated you, by the way,
On what point?
on every point.
Name one.
But you're also trying to
Name one point.
You're also trying to
Name one point.
You're also trying to move.
Name
the
one
goal-
point.
You're also trying to move. the
Name
goal-
one point.
Immigration. He obliterated you on
What on
immigration.
immigration? We didn't even talk about immigration.
Yes.
What about immigration?
Illegal immigration is not. You cannot just say, "Oh, they're seeking asylum."
Wait, we didn't talk about that. We didn't even have that
Oh,
conversation,
shoot.
Joel.
I thought you were Harry. I'm
Harry
sorry,
didn't talk to
Parker.
Charlie.
I'm sorry, Parker. My bad.
Harry didn't talk to Charlie.
I get you guys confused because you do actually.
Harry didn't talk to Charlie. I was the only one who talked to Charlie
When?
recently on Jubilee.
I need to watch that again. Then
I posted them on my page. I memed him so many times.
I'll go back and watch it. Okay, back to police brutality. If you asked 1,000 black people if police brutality was a pressing issue to them in America today, or if the violence in their community was a more pressing issue to them, what do you think they would answer?
I don't know what they would answer. I think that's a part of violence in their community,
Okay.
right? Like the violence is targeted against their
It's
community is
so-
violence.
Yeah, it's so minuscule. It's not even funny. The police have unarmed 12 African Americans in the last year. Do you know how many African Americans have been unarmed by other African Americans? 8,800. Do not tell me that police brutality is a major issue affecting the black community or any minority community when the crime within the minority community dwarfs it. By comparison.
Can't you say that there could be both issues?
No.
Why not? I think there's an issue with police brutality, and I also think that there's an issue with violence caused by systemic disparities that exist throughout time, right? Because of the systems that exist.
Parker, do you mind saying what state you live in? I don't want you to dox
I live
yourself.
in California.
Okay, then this will work. Parker, is it a bigger issue if there's a bear in your house or if there's a mosquito?
A mosquito, or a bear? Sorry, I thought you were saying which one is not as bad. Sorry.
Which one is more deadly?
Obviously the bear.
Obviously the mosquito. Mosquitoes are the deadliest animal on planet Earth.
Okay, to realistically speaking with you, if I'm in a room, I would rather be in a room with a mosquito than a bear. I'm just gonna tell you, but.
But you're more
Joel,
likely
are you
to be
seriously telling
unalived.
me? Are you
But
seriously
you're more
telling me
likely
that?
to be unalived by the mosquito. See, that's an
Appreciate
example
it,
of
thank
police
you.
brutality. People hear of something and they associate something with a danger and they don't understand that in reality, in real numbers, mosquitoes unalive more people than any other animal
Wait,
on the planet.
Joel, I'm just gonna clarify. If you were in a room right now, you'd rather be stuck in the room with a bear than a mosquito. Andrew, I appreciate the dinosaur. Thank you so much.
That's not what I said. I said which is statistically more likely to unalive you.
No, if you're in a room, I said in a room. Okay.
Me
If you're
personally?
in a room, would you rather be in a room stuck with a mosquito or stuck with a bear?
Me personally, I'd choose the mosquito because I could unalive the mosquito.
Okay,
But
that's
I asked
exactly
you
what I
which
mean.
is more
Joel.
likely. I asked you which is more likely to
Joel,
unalive
come
you.
on. Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so
You,
much.
which is more likely to unalive you.
Weren't you asking about like which one I'd rather be around? Appreciate the boxing glove. Thank you.
Okay, let's play that. Let's play the bear and mosquito. Okay, say you would rather be around the
Joel,
mosquito.
why are
than
we
bear.
talking about
the
this?
bear? The bear is black
Joel,
on black
why are we
crime. The
talking about
mosquito
this?
is
Why are we
police
ta-
brutality.
What?
They're not comparable.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
One is much more of an issue affecting the black community than the other, and
You can
don't-
say whatever you want, however
It's
you
not
rank the.
whatever I want, it's what the numbers say.
Joel. If you think that that's true, that's totally fine. I don't mind. With the point
It's
I want
not
to
what I
reference is that,
think, it's
like,
what
at
the
least
FBI
Joel,
statistics say.
can I please respond? So I just want the fact that you hear that both of them are problems and that we can fix both because we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can do,
cannot
regardless
fix
of the severity that you think exists. If you think it's a problem, then we can deal with the problem.
Do you think black on black crime is an issue?
I don't think like we call white on white crime. So I don't know what you mean by
crime is
white.
also an issue. Crime is a
I don't refer to crime as white on white crime or
Like,
quote unquote
crimes
black
are-
on black
Do
crime.
you know why
I don't
black on
refer
black
to that.
crime is a thing? Because urban areas tend to be black and black people tend to.
Wait. So why don't we talk about white on white crime? Was the shooting
the
of
whiter
wait
area
was the first Trump assassination? Was that white on white crime?
Technically, yes, but the whiter an area is.
Okay, but no,
the
did
more
anyone
likely
reference
that
that?
violent crime is
Joel,
going to
did
be.
anyone reference that?
What?
Did anyone reference the fact that it was white on white crime?
No.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. It's not even a concept that we refer to when it's two
Okay,
white people. Well,
when did
granted,
somebody-
Trump's orange, but like
Okay, when did somebody reference black on
Sonia,
black?
thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Sonia. Thank you. And Tony, thank you for the $150 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Tony in the comment section right now. Thank you so much for the $150. Nikki, thank you for the $10. And Lauren, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Angel, thank you for the $5 as well. Bellman, thank you for the $5 as well. Flower, thank you for the Galaxy. Wait, actually, can I ask you a question real quick?
Parker,
Sorry, were you asking me questions? I apologize.
do you understand why people might believe that you're disingenuous?
Dude, people think things about me all the time. I don't care. If you think I'm disingenuous, think that. Just tell me why.
Because you're getting paid.
Because people send me money.
People
So
are.
so are you paid? Are you paid any at all?
No,
You accept donations at all?
no, I do not.
Is Trump disingenuous because he accepts donations? He's paid.
It depends on what you believe.
Oh, okay, that's hilarious. Jill, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much, Jill. I really
I'll give you an
appreciate it. Thank
example.
you.
Yes, Trump is disingenuous, and I'll give you an example. When Trump held up a Bible and said something about, he believed in the big guy or something, I believe he was being disingenuous because I don't believe Trump is a Christian.
No, but do you believe he's being disingenuous with all of his beliefs and everything he does because he gets money from people in donations? Appreciate Nicole. Thank you for the subscription. Key, thank you for the confetti.
In everything that he's done, I mean, I don't think anybody is disingenuous in everything that they do.
Appreciate the champion. Thank you so much, Kay. Okay, so obviously you don't think I'm being disingenuous. You're just saying that.
Are you getting paid?
I'm getting paid by people who are like in my comment section that like my
You're
content.
not getting- but you're
I have
not
no
getting-
affiliation with the Democratic Party. I appreciate the thank you so much, with any business. I don't have a management company. The only money I've ever made is from people who donate to me on TikTok, people who sub to my TikTok and send me money on Venmo and Cash App. Thank you, Little Crown.
then
Only
you're
money I've
different.
ever made. I swear
then
on
you're-
everything I love.
So then you're different than like Harry and the others that have.
I don't think Harry's paid, but like he has taken
It's
money
literally
from
public
Democracy.
information.
Albert, I appreciate this. Thank you so much. He's gotten around $19,000 from like Democracy Defense Action and things like that for consulting. I've never worked with any of those companies, but I don't think that means he's paid. I just think that he is consulting and he has a management company. Lindsay, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. David, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much, David. Samantha, thank you for the $5. Molly, thank you for the $3. Shanique, thank you so much. I appreciate the $50. Thank you so much, Shanique. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Somebody said I'm accepting gifts. No, my gifts are turned off. And Parker, you know who I am, and you know what I invented, so you know that I very much am not jealous of the fact that people are donating to you. I could not care less.
Undercover, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I mean, regardless of what you think that, I promise you I'm not doing this for that. Like I've been
I
doing
mean,
this for years. I'm the same
you're live. You're live what, all day, every day?
I
7
go
days
live every day. I go 7 days a week, yes.
And how many hours are you live?
Like 6 hours.
Yeah, so you're working more than people would work. Well, yeah, about.
I've had a full-time job. Emily, thank you for the $5. Thank you. But like, I also think that at a point you can tell that I really love what I'm doing. Like I can do this for so long and I don't have burnout because I really love what I'm doing. And like, this is genuinely like my hobby that turned into something that's really big. Like I would have never expected to be fucking 12,000 people in my life. That's crazy to me right now.
What's
Gee, I think
crazy to
this
me
is
though is that how many? Let me check your phone. You have 600,000 followers and you have 12,000 people live. The only people that I see with lives like that are like actual celebrities or like those drama influencers. You know, the ones that they're like always putting like way too much of their life online. Like
Haley, thank you for $10. Yeah, actually, I mean, I didn't know TikTok would be this big. It's because it's near election time. That's why.
No, I think you'll still be able to pull thousands of people even after the
I don't
election.
know if I'll pull 10K after the election. Maybe I'll get above 5K, but
But bro, think about that. Have you ever been in a room with 5,000 people?
probably yeah, like a stadium.
That's literally like a basketball stadium.
Yeah, Joel. I actually can't fathom 12,000 people. It's actually ridiculous. Like if I would talk about that, I just don't want to get like off topic and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I don't get off topic either. And I'm also not like glazing you or anything, but I actually have more respect for you than I have for a lot of people because you will debate everyone and anyone. And a lot of people, they'll get frustrated and they'll like kick you off when they're losing, or they'll get frustrated if they don't like something that you say. And that's like, it's actually props to you for.
You think Charlie Kirk should debate me before the election?
I think he should debate you on TikTok Live.
Yeah, because he said he wouldn't debate me until after the election.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, unironically.
Why?
And he's actually not posting any of the clips. He posted one clip that had me in it, but he cut out all my responses. I
You
think
like
I actually genuinely believe he's scared to talk to me.
I don't think he's scared to talk to you.
Then why is he not talking to me? And why is he not
You want to
posting
text
me?
him and ask him?
You can.
Yeah.
But you're probably going to message his manager because his manager's on his account.
No, bro. I said text him.
Okay, go ahead, text him.
You forget that I was one of Turning Point's very first influencers.
Wait, have you made money off TikTok?
I made
I'll
like
redeem the $10.
I made like $180,000 in a month off the white
Dude,
privilege.
what? 180K. Don't even talk to me about making money and shit. 180K is fucking insane. That's like DNC money shit, dude. What are you talking about? That's some Kremlin money, Tim Pool shit.
No, I've made $4 million from the sale of the white privilege card.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, so like,
Wait, so Joel, can I ask you a question?
and I've been told that I'm a grifter and that I don't believe this, but like people have gone back.
If anyone were a grifter, it'd be that. Like, okay, I'm gonna be totally real. There was no platform on TikTok that existed where people got 10K viewers before when I started. When I started, I literally would get 5 people in my live, and there was like one live with a few hundred people in it. There was no debate community on TikTok when I started.
So you started the debate talk.
I'm okay. I don't like say I started it, but I'm one of the first people with debate talk.
So you're
Yes.
the CEO of debate talk.
I mean, I've been since the beginning. Yeah, like a lot of people I know are like, yeah, Parker's been around for a really long time. Like I've kind of just stayed around. Everyone else kind of like left and stuff. But like I'm not like the CEO, but like I am like I would consider myself like I've been around for a really long time.
Let me put it like this. I've been
One of the
so
original
involved
people.
in conservatism, I could tell you stories about anybody and everybody that would make your skin crawl and you'd be like, bro, what the F? That happened? Why was that not reported on? If you knew how, this is terrible, but how corrupt both sides are, it would just make you be like, bro, we just need to start a third party because this is all.
I understand third parties don't have a chance, and I understand there's corruption
they
on both
don't.
sides. And I think it's important that we get involved in the political process instead of saying because there's corruption, I'm not getting involved. Be optimistic,
No, I
get
took
involved,
involved.
and take the parties back. Okay. Do the same thing on the right side, okay? That's what I'm doing on the left side. I'm taking the party back from the
Right,
corporate
but you-
elite,
I don't think
taking
you're-
the party back from the large pharmaceutical companies and the fossil fuel industries,
Right,
and
but
the
are you-
military-industrial complex.
Right, but are you able to criticize the person that you're supporting? Criticize Kamala.
Very clearly, yes. For example, I disagree with her giving money and funds to Israel. I very heavily disagree with that.
But isn't she married to a Jewish guy?
Wait, it's not like what? That's such a irrelevant point. Push the dog.
No. I'm saying, like, do you expect somebody not to support?
Andre, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. You know they're anti-Zionist Jews, right?
Right, but do you expect them to not support the country of their spouse?
You understand anti-Zionist Jews exist, right?
I did
And
not
also,
know.
I don't think her husband is from Israel.
I think he is.
He could be. I'm not sure though. I've seen nothing that said that.
So you disagree her giving money to Israel?
Wait. What about Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders says there's been ethnic cleansings and he's Jewish.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
So do you disagree with her giving money to Israel?
Yes, I very heavily disagree with that.
Do you know why Facebook and Instagram don't tolerate the pro-Palestine movement as much as TikTok does?
I don't know, because they get money from corporate elites.
No, 60% of their like CEO, COO, CFO, 60% of that their C-suite is Jewish.
Okay, I mean, I wouldn't say it's because people are Jewish. I would just say that because they have like pro-Zionist ideology.
Wouldn't that be consistent?
Zionism is not Judaism. Completely fundamentally different. Jewish people are not necessarily Zionists. There are non-Jewish Zionists.
But all the ones that I've seen on Instagram, they are.
Okay, that's just like okay. So what's your point?
I mean,
I appreciate that. Thank you
that's
so
why
much.
I'm
Here,
just
let me.
explaining to you why that they're supporting that way. Okay, give me something else. 'Cause I
So
don't
do you
wanna-
think the 2020 election was stolen?
Do I think it was stolen?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay, so why would you vote for someone who's actively undermined our democracy for the past few years? And Marta, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much, Marta.
I think that someone can think something and that's their opinion, and I don't have to internalize that opinion.
Okay, but
Hillary Clinton said that the election was stolen from her. Does that
did you know that he actively sent false slates of electors to the Electoral College to cast Trump votes when he didn't win? So he illegally tried to undermine the election.
Why wasn't he charged with that?
He is charged with that, actually.
Why didn't he get convicted?
So because it's currently going through courts right now.
Right.
That's
but
actually what he was recently just
I
charged
believe
for.
I believe he has absolute immunity.
Conspiracy to defraud the United States of America.
I think he has absolute immunity, is what the Supreme Court ruled about. Any,
But they're arguing it's an executive action, so they don't even think that. Yeah, so you can say he has it's protected by the immunity thing, but then I would just say
so let's say that
he's still trying to overthrow the election then, right?
Okay, let's say that in your dream world, Trump bows out because of all the pending criminal charges, and he puts in Vivek. Would you support?
Still insane.
Would you support Vivek?
No, I would not support
Why?
Vivek. Because it is the case that he thinks Donald Trump's the best president, and he just follows all the beliefs of Donald Trump. He thinks the election was stolen. All that shit. Like that you were just going to conspiracy.
Trump's beliefs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't support any Republican that follows Trump's beliefs.
Yeah, because they're conspiracy nonsense. Eli, I think the too much
Support any
description.
Republican
For example, like if we had say we had like a person who's a Democrat that's been held civilly liable of sexually abusing someone, right? I would vote for a John McCain over them. Like I'm not like a party person. I care more about what they've done, what their character is, what's going to be best for the country, right? And putting country over the party. I would vote for someone like John McCain over someone held civilly liable of sexually assaulting a woman. Absolutely, any day of the week.
You know that Bill Clinton was found civilly liable for.
He wasn't held civilly liable, but
was it Tara Reid? Was it?
No. Tara Reid relates to Biden, which she perjured herself and fled to Russia. But Bill Clinton was not held civilly liable. But again, I'm not arguing I support Bill Clinton right now, even. But again, any politician that has sexually assaulted someone, I would condemn and I would not support.
Juanita Broderick.
I don't know who that is.
She is the.
Devetta, thank you for the $15. Thank you so much, Devetta. And Riley, thank you for the $9.99. Thank you so much. Naomi, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she's the author of a book called "You'd Better Put Some Ice on That: How I Survived Being Raped by Bill Clinton."
Yeah, I wouldn't support anyone who's done that.
But you just said you would vote for Bill Clinton.
I didn't say I would vote for Bill Clinton.
You did. I said, would you support Bill Clinton? And you said yes.
Where's the gold medal? I thought you said someone else. I don't remember you saying Bill Clinton. I apologize if I did say that.
So Bill has a credible, great threat that resulted in civil litigation against him.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't support anyone that has done this. I said I would vote John McCain over someone who's been held civilly liable of sexually assaulting a woman.
John McCain is not.
I know he's not alive anymore, but the point I was referencing is that I'm not just beholden to a party. That I would vote for the better of the candidates. I put the country over the party.
Right,
I will always do that.
Harris is not a good candidate. She hasn't won an election since her run for
District Attorney General, Senator. Sarah, thank you for the 5 subscriptions. Thank you so much. That's a lot of elections. Name one popular vote Trump's ever won.
One popular vote
Yeah,
in one state or in one national popular vote?
national
Oh, well, we don't elect presidents by
for
the
the
popular.
election.
We don't elect presidents by the popular vote.
Oh,
They're
okay,
elected by
okay, but
election.
like, has he ever won a popular vote? No. Okay.
But elections aren't decided.
Austin,
by
thank you for the
popular
$5.
vote.
Thank you so much. Well, so you support DEI?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Okay, but the Electoral College is DEI.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It
Where's the
literally is.
diversity?
Why
Where's the
should
diversity?
someone in Wyoming deserve more of a say than someone living in California?
They don't.
They do.
No.
Each person's vote counts more in Wyoming than here.
55 electoral votes, I believe, are counted from California. It's
No,
like
what you're not understanding is that for each vote, the vote matters more in Wyoming than it matters in California
because of the
per
population.
person.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's DEI for smaller states and for country folk.
Well, that doesn't mean I support diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, you do. If you support the Electoral College, you support DEI.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. And
There's no
that's exactly
diversity.
the point I cooked Charlie Kirk on.
There's no diversity.
That is, so what does diversity mean?
Well, it could be a lot of things. It could be racial diversity. It could be diversity of gender. There's lots of.
Can you have diversity of Skittle colors? Can you have
Yeah.
diversity of different candies? Can you have
Sure.
diversity of water bottles?
Sure.
Yeah. Wait. So diversity isn't just based on race?
Well, for diversity, equity, and inclusion, it is.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I didn't write the rules.
You know it's DEI. It's literally DEI. You just don't want to say it.
It's not.
So, why, Joel? Can you tell me why you support DEI?
I don't support DEI.
Yes, you do.
Can you
Emily,
tell me
thank
why
you
you
$10.
support?
Thank you so much.
Can you tell me why you support racism against white
Austin, thank
people?
you the $5. Thank you so much. I don't support racism against white people.
Then why do you believe in white privilege?
That's not racism against white people. That
It's
just means that
literally-
I'm not going to be discriminated against in society on the basis of my race.
But you are.
Don't tell me I'm fucking discriminated against
Okay, then
on the
why-
basis of my race.
Okay, what scholarship can you get on the basis of your skin color for college?
Okay, so me not getting a scholarship for my race does not mean I'm being discriminated against. For example, right?
Totally
If we're in a Monopoly game, right, and 2 out of the 10 people that are playing the Monopoly game are given less money. If you later in the Monopoly game, say a month into the Monopoly game, you specifically give the same amount of money in difference for that the 2 people got comparative to the 10 people to the 2 people, would you be engaging in something bigoted because you only gave it to the 2 people?
Problem is you used the wrong game. The Monopoly game gives every single person that passes go the same salary. So that's not a good example.
Joel, I assumed that we didn't do that at the very beginning, and then later on
Why
in
would
the
we
game
not?
we
That's how the
did
game
it.
is played.
Joel,
You pass go, you collect 200.
I'm using it for a hypothetical, and you understand the point of the
Use a different
hypothetical.
game.
No, I don't need to use a different game. You understand the hypothetical. You're just
Because
trying to
that
be
is
difficult.
equality. You are equally
saying that.
paid the same. Now, what you do with that money?
I can hear you laughing, dude. Come on, you know you're just obfuscating, right?
No, I'm not. That's the game. Everyone is paid equally in the game. Now you could hit the free parking. I think it's the free parking. Is the free parking the one that you get all the?
You know what the point is. You know what the point
If
is,
you
right?
hit the free parking and you get that lottery money, that would be different.
Joel, I'm gonna kick you from the live. You know, and tell me that you get my point.
I see what you're trying to say, but that doesn't work like that.
Okay, I don't care. Here, listen to the hypothetical.
No, because me being born in a poor neighborhood and I'm white, I should be able to have
Maybe
access to
$10.
education the same as someone who's born in a poor neighborhood and they're black, and that's not the case. Harvard literally got sued because they were not allowing Asians in who were meeting their test score requirements because they didn't want their whole graduating class to be Asian. Tell me that's not discrimination on the basis of race.
So I appreciate the hand mustache. Thank you so much. So if we're talking about benefiting people on the basis of socioeconomic status, I'm totally down to do that. I think that free public university should be given to everyone. But the point that I'm making is that literally giving the difference between the 2 people who were given less at the very beginning, right, between what they got and what the other 8 people got, here's Dan Mustache, thank you so much, is not discriminatory. You're equalizing things that were negatively impacted prior. Okay, so you're just fixing and correcting the issues that existed that you set up in the first place that was systemically created. You are not discriminating. Okay, you
So
don't
you're
think that's
saying
discrimination.
as long as you give something to someone who's experienced hardships in the past, and even though you are discriminating against someone who's not currently experiencing
Correcting hardships is not discrimination.
see, that's the problem. You can't correct the past. It's gone. It's the past.
So no, I'm talking in terms of the effect that it has right now. If you try to correct it, that's not
And
like
the
a
only way
bad
to
thing
do
or a
that-
discriminatory thing.
And the only way to do that is to discriminate against the new.
Joel, if your argument is that we could do it through other ways rather than doing it through the education system, right? Then that's fine.
It's not even that, Parker. If we both start a business right now on Google, and I put in my thing that my business is black owned, and you put in your thing that your business is white owned, do you know that Google will prioritize my business in the search results as a black owned business, and it will not prioritize yours?
So you understand that I can give examples for why these things could be beneficial, right?
Please give me
Because
one.
of biases that exist in society, right?
Like
it could
what?
negatively impact black business comparative to white business insofar as that prioritization could be effective. Now, do I even know that Google is doing this? No, I've actually seen no evidence indicating that. But could I understand why this could make sense? Yes,
what?
because there are active biases that exist in our society which actively deprioritize people who are black in this country or people who are women, right? Or plenty of different groups in our society.
Do you have a second for me to prove that?
You can tell me, yeah.
Hey, Google. Does Google prioritize black-owned businesses on Google My Business?
On the website reputation.com, they say, in addition, Google announced recently that it's extending the Google My Business Black-owned business attribute to Google's shopping tab. As a result, people can easily identify and buy from black-owned businesses on Google.
They can easily identify if they're black-owned businesses. That doesn't mean it's prioritization. That means it's like you look for a particular business and the business is black-owned. Wow, dude, that was like the most ridiculous thing you've ever told me.
How is that
What's wrong with
ridiculous?
that? The fact that you can just look up what a black-owned business isn't a bad thing.
No,
Or
that's
it's
not.
chicken.
That's not what it did. It adds a tab that shows black-owned business on Google, and it prioritizes in search results over businesses that are not.
That's if you check that thing.
No,
if you
like-
check that box.
The black-owned businesses are prioritized over non-black-owned
That's
businesses.
if you check the box. It's only if you check the box. That's not what Google just said there, by the way. Your own source didn't say that. So that didn't say prioritization. It just gives you the option that you can click on the thing, and it then tells you like these types of businesses. The
Okay.
same way that you can search for particular types of images on Google. Like you can sort by color.
You're saying
You can
only
sort
if
by.
you search
You
for
can
black-owned business will a black-owned business come up.
like for example, if you're looking at images, you can sort by like purple color. You can like there are different like sorting things you can do. So all you're telling me is that there's a way to like sort it.
To make it black-owned.
Yeah, it's just like sorting.
Well, why isn't there an option to make it white-owned?
There's no need.
Why?
Do you think that what? Tell me the need.
Because it would be equality. If we have black-owned businesses and we can sort by them, why can't we sort by white-owned businesses? What if I'm white and I want to support a white-owned business?
Because there would be no utility from it.
There would be. What if I'm? What if
What's
I'm
the
racist?
utility?
What if I'm racist and white and only want to?
I don't care about the utility for racists. Appreciate the dancing.
Okay, what if I'm just white
So
and
if you
I
I appreciate the hit
don't
right. So if you care about utility for racists, right? Well, I'm just gonna tell you I don't care about the utility for
let me
racists
ask
to be
you- let me-
racist.
Okay. Yes, you do, but you
You
don't.
care about supporting utility for racists.
No,
Joel,
I-
good policy. Appreciate the hit
No,
right.
I believe that that racists have the right to free speech the same as everyone else.
Okay, so do you support Trump who wants to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag?
Prison for a year?
Yeah, prison for a year.
That's not a good policy.
Okay, but that's violating the First Amendment.
I just said that's not a good policy.
Okay, so why are you supporting him then?
Because it's not whether or not I. So actually, I'm a single issue voter, and on the single issue that I have, he's very strong.
What's the single issue?
What do you think it is?
Dude, I don't know, but like I think single issue voting is not very smart.
No, it is the economy.
Oh, okay, perfect. Joel, I have an economics degree, so let's talk about the economy. Okay? So, yeah,
old are
tell me
you?
what about the economy?
How old are you?
I'm 22
When did you graduate college?
this last semester.
And where'd you go?
I can't tell you because it would dox me.
Okay, don't dox yourself. What
Everything's
state was it in?
description. California.
Okay, so you went to school in California. That tracks actually. So you said that.
$10, thank you.
Can I go back to what you said? You said that there is no white anti-rate. There's no racism against white people. Is that what you said? Or you said that white privilege is not racist against white people?
Yeah, I said white privilege isn't racist against white people. It depends on what you mean by racism, because like people use the term racism to mean prejudice and power, and some people use the term racism just to mean racial prejudice. If what you mean by racism is just racial prejudice, then yes, you can be racist towards white people.
But you don't believe that.
I don't really care to use either definition. Sometimes I use the definition that just says racial prejudice, and sometimes I use the definition that says prejudice and power. It depends on the conversation.
So what do you believe racism to be?
I typically use it as just racial prejudice.
But not power plus privilege.
Sometimes I'll use it that way, but not all the time do I use it that way.
When is racism ever power plus privilege?
Like in some conversations, it would be useful for like talking about like systemic racism and stuff.
Systemic racism does not need to require power plus privilege.
No, what I'm just identifying is in that some conversations, it's useful to use the other context of the term racism, right? But most contexts, I use the term racism just to mean racial prejudice.
Okay, so is it possible?
Valerie, thank you for the $5. David, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kayla, thank you for the $1. And Alyssa, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much.
Is it possible that white people are being discriminated against in America?
What do you mean by discrimination? Like, are discriminated against on the basis of them being white?
On the basis of them being white, correct?
No, I don't think that's true.
So you don't believe that when people of color are getting in positions of power, they're not using those positions of power to discriminate against white people?
I have yet to see any evidence indicating that.
So when those students were kicked out of the multicultural center by other students at the University of Virginia, because they were too white? Would that be an example of discrimination?
Like in like that private area, sure. Like if you defined discrimination in a particular way, but that wouldn't be like systemic discrimination. It would be like the type of discrimination that you mean when like someone like doesn't like a particular friend, right? So if like someone if someone is racist and I don't want to be friends with them, I'm technically discriminating against racists, and like that's the way that you're referencing it. But Joel, if you want to say one more thing or something, most people want me to just go to the next person. So
No, you can go to the next person. I don't care. But yeah, I'll say this. Well, so no, that wouldn't be because you're discriminating against someone based on a behavior, not some, and you can change behavior. So if I said, oh, I don't like Karens, I don't want any Karens to come into my store, I'm discriminating against a behavior. If I say I don't like white women, I'm discriminating against people. And I believe that if you discriminate against people, then that would be racist. And I believe because of that, white people experience racism in America. Well,
so what about people who say that they only like people who are taller than them, right? Is that a justified attraction to like only want to date people that are taller than them?
I don't think you can dictate who you're attracted to. I think you just kind of are who you're attracted
Okay,
to.
but you're technically discriminating against based upon who you decide to be
you
with.
have Instagram?
I do.
Follow me on Instagram and send me a message.
Leah, thank you for the $1. Giselle, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Sure. I'll look for you. Just follow me.
And if you want me to bring a bunch of conservatives into your lives so you can debate them,
Yes, that would be actually great.
all right.
That'd be great. I'll dunk on all your conservative friends.
I'll text
Yeah.
Charlie and ask him what's up.
Yes, please tell me about that. Yes, I do want to. I want to hear why Charlie.